Marus? Yeah, how you doing? Cool, well, we're detectives out of South Hollow, and we need a quick word. You called me? Nah, sir, you called me. And just like that, DeMarcus, better known on the streets as Crackhead. Krigley stepped right into it, caught slippin'. The man tripped over his own mess, standing there with that same blank expression like he'd just woken up from a crack-induced nap and forgot what year it was. They hit him with, "Hands behind your back, sir." And the wildest part? It didn't even go down outside near the car. Nope, he was in the restroom. Quick shout out to Deer. Woke Christian and Lady Luck Club salute to y'all. I caught their live stream and boom, there's DeMarcus getting walked out in cuffs. At first, I thought it had to be about that Thornton Township brawl, but according to them, nope, not even related. And trust me, they're solid sources. I remember DeMarcus getting booked over a phone a while back, so I figured maybe this was about that. But nah, this was something else entirely. Here's where it gets murky. As soon as the officers get their hands on him, one starts, "I'm placing you under arrest for," and then, nothing. Silence. Like they didn't want the reason on record. And DeMarcus? He didn't flinch, didn't ask why. Didn't raise. His voice just nodded like he already knew the drill. So now we're digging body cam footage, reports, the whole timeline. Because this wasn't your typical arrest. Something's off, so they cuff him and walk him out the bathroom. And now, DeMarcus starts acting like it's a casual Tuesday. "Let me put out my cigarette," he says. Then, "My wife's here," as if that's gonna buy him some grace. Then the classic, "Don't tighten the cuffs too much. Sir, please, this ain't brunch." This is booking? Then out of nowhere, "I work on cars now, huh? Since when?" Because that ghost town gig he had under Tiffany Henyard's little empire? That ride's over, that sugar train? Long gone, they walk him down the block like it's some weird parade. Major props to Street Media Network, they caught the whole thing on video. Link in the description. The footage captured everything. Well, almost. Audio mysteriously cuts out near the vehicle. That's not a coincidence. Either they didn't want us to hear what was said, or DeMarcus just stayed quiet. But something was said. You can see the officer show him something on a phone, and now everyone's asking what was that. My first guess? Maybe a screenshot from the fight. Like, this you swinging, this you passing that phone, but nah. This felt heavier. Like they know something they're not ready to say. We know he was booked on March 27th, and odds are he's already out. But this? Just another messy chapter in the downfall of the Henyard crew. And believe me, people are waiting for the finale, the grand arrest, the fall of the queenpin, because DeMarcus? Let's be real, he's a pawn. A disposable extra in Tiffany Henyard's corruption saga. Her clock is ticking. One by one, her circle is unraveling. And she's next. Mark my words, the day she gets cuffed and stuffed into a squad car. That'll be Dalton's most satisfying season finale. Popcorn will be ready, and you can tell this isn't DeMarcus's first time on this ride. The way he casually said, "I fix cars now," like that was supposed to change anything. Okay, sure, but lying to law enforcement? Still a crime? So they're walking him to the vehicle like it's a field trip. No resistance, not a bit. That's how you know this man's been here before, but you want to know what he didn't want to let go of? That Newport held onto that cigarette like it was life support. The cop had to tell him, "Drop the cigarette." Bro tried to sneak 2 last puffs before the cuffs snapped shut. Like I said, he knew the script. No panic, no pushback. Just routine, then it gets weird. They don't toss him in a standard cop car. Nope, they put him in the back of a Land Rover. Fancy, and then here's the kicker. The officer doesn't hop in the front. He slides in the back seat right next to DeMarcus. Anyone who's been arrested knows that's not normal. Usually, they leave you in the back while they talk trash from the front seat. But this felt like an unrecorded Q&A session, and no one heard what was said. Adio's dead, so now it's all questions. And I got a gut feeling this isn't the last shady scene we'll see. My money? It's on Leotis next. His name keeps coming up. That St. Patrick's budget scandal, that sketchy youth program. He's knee-deep if I had to bet. He's next to get picked up. Now, switching gears, let's talk Karmelo Anthony and Austin Meadow. Whole internet's torn, some yelling self-defense. Me? I'm calling it straight. That was murder. Let's break it down. Cops first told the media Austin had skipped school to attend the track meet. Turns out that wasn't true. He was allowed to be there. Easy correction. Mistake? Fixed. But you know what can't be undone? A blade. No excuse for bringing a knife to a school event. Zero. If your kid had been stabbed, you wouldn't be calm. You'd be demanding justice. Miss me with that. He was scared stuff. The original report painted him as a truant. But the truth? He had permission. Okay, noted. But here's the hard truth. You show up to a school event with a knife. You made a choice. That's where the whole self-defense angle starts crumbling. Now they're spinning the story. He was bullied. Really? The captain of the football team was being bullied? He's calling plays, leading the team, and he's getting picked on? That narrative ain't holding up. Sounds like lawyer spin. And sure, that's what lawyers are paid to do. But this angle? Weak. Let's not ignore the money trail. His bond was set at $1 million. That means $100,000 to get out. And they raised over $400,000 online. Yet he was still sitting in jail. Why? They blame processing delays. Maybe, but that doesn't explain why the donation platform shut it all down and refunded people. Now there's 20 different fake fundraisers out there. Scammers feasting on tragedy. So if you're gonna donate, do your homework. Make sure the money's actually going to the right people. Too many vultures online waiting to cash in. Back to the case, my opinion hasn't changed. I think he's guilty. He showed up ready for smoke, and when he got it, he snapped. Because here's what no one wants to say. It takes force to stab someone to death. That's not reflex. That's rage. That's intent. That's personal. You don't just accidentally end up in someone else's tent with a knife. You don't carry a blade to a school event just in case. You walk your behind back to your own side, and word is this ain't his first time carrying. Supposedly, he's already been suspended once for bringing a knife to school. You think prosecutors are gonna ignore that? Not a chance. That shows pattern. That's behavior. That's premeditated. And for folks saying Austin shouldn't have put his hands on him, cool. But Karmelo shouldn't have brought a knife. Two wrongs don't cancel each other. Only one of them ended up dead. This ain't about race. This is about right and wrong. Period. So hit that like button. Subscribe. We're not done breaking this down. And as for Crackhead Kriggly, he's just the preview. Right behind him, cigarette break, the car wash scam, the fake youth program. They're all spiraling. One by one, the dominoes are falling. And trust me, those cuffs, they're coming for everybody.